Hi, today is going to be a quick little video on how I store my tarot decks, and I will also be going through my collection a little bit. I already did a more in-depth collection video if you want to see that one, but I did get a couple of new decks and I gave one away. So if you're interested in seeing the collection as well, you can stay tuned. But this is the Calyx unit that we have in our living room. It just kind of works as a dresser, sort of. I actually store my fabrics here as well. Like last week, I finally told my boyfriend that I do tarot and he doesn't mind at all. It's like totally fine with him. So I've been worried about absolutely nothing. So now I can store my tarot bags just in the living room. So I got this box from a local store. It was just a box, €5 or something like that. I don't like that it has these glue stains on them. I got it in another color first, but that one was all kinds of crooked. So and then I picked up a black one, and this one has some glue stains, but it's fine. I feel like over time I might just put stickers on top of it so you won't see anymore. But yeah, I'm gonna get this out and show you what is in there. So this is the box. I'm gonna take off the lid and this is what you see. Just a whole lot of different tarot and oracle decks. My goal for my collection is that it will always all fit in this box, because if I get more decks than fit in here, I need to do a declutter, because there's just no way that I need that many decks. And there are a couple of more tarot decks that I have my eye on, and one more oracle deck that I would love to have in my collection, but I also already have my eye on a couple of decks that I own that I am not as connected with, that I don't really see myself using. You'll see that some of my decks I keep either in their original tin, in their original box, or in my handmade tarot bags. This is one that I crocheted myself. This is one that I've sewn myself, and I've got more bags right here. You can buy all of my bags if you are interested in them for my Etsy shop. I'll put the link in the description box below. So let's quickly go through the decks that I have, because this is basically how I store my tarot decks. So let's go through the decks that I have. So here in the corner, I have my original Rider-Waite tarot deck. This is the original one, and this one has these bags. I used this in my new moon tarot reading video. I don't know by head if this video goes up first or the new moon reading, but this I used that, and I feel like this is such a powerful deck. I never really wanted the original one because I didn't feel connected to it, but now that I have it, I do feel connected to it, and it was very easy to read. Then next to it here, I have my True Heart Intuitive tarot deck. And I made this bag specifically for it because the bags are red. And this is also one of the decks that I do have a connection to, because it is always so easy to read. I really like the images. I think it is an inclusive, a diverse deck. So I really like that about it, and I really like the cardstock and the feel in my hands when I shuffle it. So just absolutely love this deck. This deck is new in my collection as well, the Legendary Ladies Goddess deck. I have to say, I don't really like the guidebook that much because it doesn't really give much. It really is about, you really have to use your intuition and your own ideas of what you associate with a certain topic in order to read it. Then in this bag, I have my Modern Witch tarot deck, and I just have the deck in here. The guidebook lives on the side because I feel like one day I want to get another small box and keep all the guidebooks in there so that I don't have to keep them in here. But I threw away the box because I didn't need it. It wouldn't fit in here, and I don't need it. So this is my Everyday Witch tarot deck. That was my first deck, and this is also one that always reads so well. Here in the middle fit the Mystic Mondays tarot. I got this from a friend of mine because she wasn't really able to read well with it, and I actually really like it. I didn't think I would like it that much, but I've used it for a couple of readings, also for a few readings on this channel, and it reads really well. Then here we have a stack of oracle decks. I have the Daily Crystal Inspiration, the Moonology Oracle decks, and the Keepers of the Light. So the one that I use the absolute most is the Daily Crystal Inspiration, because I feel like it reads so incredibly easily. It just has the picture of a crystal on the front, on the card, the name, and a little blurb or key phrase. And usually I don't even need the guidebook to read these cards, but sometimes if I want to go a little bit more in depth, I will take the guidebook, and it always shows some great insights, and I really love this deck more than I thought I would. On the other hand, I'm not really enjoying the Moonology Oracle deck. I feel like because it is so limited in the theme, you know, it's moons, and you have like half of the cards are full moons and new moons in different signs. I prefer grabbing my other astrology deck over this one. So this is one that I might end up decluttering, not in a near future, but this is one that I tend not to gravitate towards. This one, however, is new, the Keepers of the Light, so you haven't seen that in my collection video, but this is beautiful. I don't really like how glossy the cards are, but I mean, the cards themselves totally make up for it. They have pictures of light keepers with the name, a little key phrase, and then a little blurb. And these are so incredibly easy to read. And then you always also have a guidebook with it. So I absolutely love this deck. This is now one of my favorite oracle decks. So let's, now we've emptied this side, let's go over to this side. So on top here we have my White Sage Tarot that is new. This is a little booklet. I was kind of disappointed, but I also get, it's, you know, a tiny deck. I haven't done a reading with it yet. I mostly wanted to have this because I wanted a mini deck. That's basically it. I wanted a mini deck because I make tarot bags, and some of them I make for smaller tarot bags. So I wanted a deck that I could take pictures with for my bags. But I also really like the theme of this. I like that it is an animal deck. It is kind of pippish, but not a lot, but kind of. Like the Four of Swords is supposed to be mental distress, taking time for yourself, taking a mental time out, and this is not something that you can necessarily see in this image. But I think it is a cute size. I think a lot of the images are really, really cute and pretty. So for now, I will definitely keep it, if only for pictures of for my tarot decks. Here I have the guidebooks of two of my decks that I keep in here. My Housewife's Tarot deck lives in this one. It is one of my favorite decks, and this is a little bit more stretchy, so I can keep my guidebook in here as well. Beautiful cards, absolutely beautiful. This sometimes feels like this is my soul deck because it reads so incredibly well. So yeah, but I don't really hear many people talk about this deck because I don't think many people know it exists, or it's a theme that doesn't really speak to a lot of people, but I absolutely love it. And yeah, this is a deck that I will definitely not give up anytime soon. Then here on top I have the Everyday Witch Oracle. When I first got this deck, I got a smaller fake version from Wish, which is stupid of me, I know. So that is why I bought the original one. And now there is a guidebook with it. You can watch my entire flip through where I explain how this deck works. And I like it, but I don't know, I've used it in a couple of readings, but I tend to feel drawn to my other oracle decks over this one. So I wouldn't be surprised if I ended up decluttering this anyway. Also because the cards are really big and it's not that easy to shuffle. I don't know, I think the imagery on the cards is absolutely beautiful. I will have to use it more often to be sure. And now I have 4 decks in bags here. So here is my Tarot of the Divine. I specifically bought this fabric to create tarot bags that I can use, and I wanted to have one for myself as well, especially for this deck. Wow, that did not come out smoothly at all. But so yeah, my Tarot of the Divine. Then here I have my Black Moon Astrology Oracle deck that I modded. So I cut off the borders, and yeah, this is the astrology deck that I was talking about, that I prefer over the Moonology, because the Moonology isn't really an astrology deck, but I feel like anything that you want to achieve with the Moonology deck, you can achieve with this deck as well, but better. So if I end up decluttering the Moonology deck, it's because I prefer this one. Then we have my friend's tarot deck. Yes, the series, and I keep it in the box in the bag because it fits and I like the box, and it's absolutely amazing. I love this deck. I kind of wanted to get this because I love the series, and I thought that would help me read the cards, and it does on one hand, but it is really easy to read, and I really enjoy working with this deck. And then the last deck that I have in here is my Good Karma Tarot deck. This is the only one that I keep with crystal. This is a golden healer crystal. And this is one of my favorite decks right now. One of my favorite tarot decks, I want to say. Because it has yellow backs, and I absolutely love yellow. I keep it in a sunflower bag because it gives me happy vibes. And this is such a beautiful, vibrant, and diverse deck. I absolutely love it. And this might, I don't want to say might also be my soul deck, but this deck is so easy to read, and I love pulling this one for my friends. So yeah, I'm gonna put it all back, and I want to thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more videos of me on tarot, then definitely subscribe to this channel. I would love to have you here. And you can also book a personal one-on-one tarot reading with me through the link in my description box below that will take you to my Etsy shop. I would love to hear from you how you store your tarot decks. Do you keep them in a box like me? Do you have tarot bags? Or what way do you prefer to store your decks? I would absolutely love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.